We would like to thank you all for your participation in this Congress. Hope you have enjoyed it and you had a fruitful really days from the beginning, the day one until now. There were lots of fruitful sessions and I hope you learned as much as we did from all our eminent international and regional speakers. I would like to thank them all for their participation and outstanding presentations and talks, and would like to thank the chairs of the sessions for their outstanding chairing skills. And with that, we come to the final part of today's and to this Congress. And first of all, I just want to keep you updated with important matters. First of all, for all those of you who registered for the Congress, you will have an access to all the talks, the plenary sessions, the tracks, the records will be available within 1 week from today, and it will be accessible for almost a month from the date it's available. So you can have access to that. But of course, special access for our members of the association. Because you are members, you can access these records at any time. But for those of you registered for the Congress, you can have access up to 1 month. Now, there was a problem with one of the sessions today, the lipid track session. And Professor Lee Kaplan, unfortunately, was not able, he had difficulty to connect with us. It was some technical defaults from his side. So he's going to be recording his talk, and his talk is going to be available in the lipid track on the day 3, as the program is showing, once you have a chance to visit the program again later on our website. We also need to notify you and inform you about the CME. CME will be available hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks. And this will be given by the Dubai Health Authority. And as soon as we will receive the CME hours, it will be distributed to you through via your emails. But kindly, you need to fill up the evaluation forms or the survey form. You can find it on the Congress platform to the left. Under the section that it says survey, you can see the evaluation form over there. Please, we need your evaluation. It's very important for us, and we do learn a lot for future activities. Great. So now it was a really fascinating 3 days, a very intense learning. Thank you very much, Dr. Nasser Al-Jahani, the chair of the scientific committee, and all members of the scientific committee for putting this excellent program. Thank you for our dear colleague, pediatric endocrinologist, for joining us in this Congress, and special thanks to Dr. Asma Deeb for being part of the scientific committee. We're so grateful for that. We would like to thank the pharmaceutical companies for their, sponsorship and being with us. And of course, we would like to thank the event organizing Amber for organizing this event. Now, before we go to the closing remarks by our President-elect, Dr. Nasser Al-Jahani, I would like tonight to announce a very important winners of 2 important prizes here. So the first category that we're going to announce today is the Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award. Now, Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award is a very unique and high standard award that we used to give it to distinguished colleagues in the field of endocrinology and diabetes in the region. And this award was established by the people from the region here. And it started back when we were originally a Gulf chapter. And we wanted to continue on with the legacy. It's very important to distinguish all these hardworking physicians in the field. And I am proud and grateful that we will be continuing giving this prestigious award to our distinguished colleagues in the field. So, and with great pleasure, tonight I would like to announce the three winners. We usually select three winners for the award every year. And we always try to be fair among the countries. So to start with, we have a winner from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Professor Nasser Al-Daghri, and I will leave the platform to my colleague, Dr. Yusuf Al-Saleh, who is the immediate past president and a board member with us. He's going to introduce the award to Professor Nasser Al-Daghri, and the floor is yours, Dr. Yusuf. Tfadal.
Thank you very much, Nasreen. Good evening, everybody. I do thank you all for attending this Congress and wish you all the best. Now, it takes me or gives me a great pleasure really to talk about Nasser. Professor Al-Daghri obtained his bachelor degree and master in biochemistry at King Saud University in Riyadh, and his PhD in clinical biochemistry at Birmingham University in UK back in 2003. He's a great scientist. Nasser is a great scientist and a great researcher. He authored more than 400 papers. One of the people who published a huge number of papers, not only in the Gulf region, but also all over the Middle East and maybe in the world. And a couple of years ago, the Stanford University has included his name in the list of the world's top 2% scientists. He's the Dean of the College of Science at King Saud University in Riyadh, and he just finished 2 terms as a Dean. He served as the chair of the biomarkers, the chair for biomarkers of chronic disease. This was in the past Prince Mut'ab chair for biomarkers of osteoporosis. He is the founder of the chair, published several papers as such. He's a fellow at the University of Warwick in Coventry in UK, a member of the WHO Collaborating Center for Public Health Aspects of Musculoskeletal Health and Aging. He published tremendously in the aspects of diabetes, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, and vitamin D. And personally, looking at the magnitude and the quality of his papers, I don't think there is somebody in the Arab world who published on vitamin D more than Nasser Al-Daghri. Not only that, he's one of the highly cited people, more than 1,000 citations for Nasser, and actually, sorry, 10,000 citations for Nasser so far. And one of the remarkable achievements he had, winning many Arab awards in the field of metabolic syndrome, diabetes, hypertension, and the micromolecules. He's very interested in proteomic research. He published a lot in epidemiology of vitamin D in school children and in adults in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And it's needless to say that one of the most distinguished persons in the kingdom is Professor Nasser Al-Daghri. We are really honored, pleased, and really happy to see him awarded by our prestigious association, the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes. His CV is really so extensive. I might spend a lot of time talking about him, but to give the chance to our dear colleagues, I will stop at this stage. One small point to mention, he mentored several postgraduate students in the college. Many people across the kingdom are so grateful to Nasser for his mentorship, his great educational contribution to science in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Gulf. Professor Nasser Al-Daghri, with great honor, I deliver this distinguished award, Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award, to you, and thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Yusuf, for this one. Appreciate this one. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm deeply humbled and surprised by the honor given to me by Gulf Association Endocrinology and Diabetes. To the President, the Scientific Committee, the organizer member, and the guest of this great assembly, my colleagues, thank you with all my heart. For more than a decade, and me and my team in KSU have really worked hard to provide basic and clinical research so that physicians like you will be informed for the advanced and major chronic disease affecting our region, and ultimately translate our finding, enhancing your practice in providing medical care. While this award is a symbol and acknowledgement of that hard work, the main prize, of course, to see an overall improvement in the quality of life of the people we serve. It is our responsibility to achieve that goal every day. My vision of creating world laboratory and research facility will not be possible without the help of my colleagues in the lab and the global readers in the field, the highly cited scientists, experts from ESCO, IOF, WHO, SOS, and Gulf Association Endocrinology and Diabetes, with whom I've shared common goal of serving the larger community through the academia. At this stage in my life, my mission now is to ensure that the next generation of experts in our region will continue and improve what we have started. Let us continue to inspire them by being responsible role models and acknowledging their effort by giving a prestige award such as the one you have given me tonight. Again, wish to thank you everyone for this wonderful honor. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. And thank you, Dr. Yusuf, for this nice presentation. Thank you very much indeed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Congratulations, Professor Nasser Dagheri. Excellent and outstanding achievements. Well deserved, well deserved. It's our honor and pleasure to hand you this award. We're going to move to our next winner of the Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award, and I'm so delighted and it's our honor and so grateful to present this award to Professor Salim Bishia. Professor Salim Ghani al Tarif, very well known in the region. I will leave the floor to our board member, Dr. Bashar Effendi, to introduce and present the award to Professor Salim. Dr. Bashar, tfadal.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. It's my privilege to introduce my dear friend Salim Bishia for this prestigious award. We first met actually in Tunisia during the Arab Congress of Endocrinology in 2002. And 4 years later, he moved to the UAE. And here I got to know him very well, and we worked together on many projects. Salim qualified from the Medical School of Tripoli in 1981. Then he received his training in Glasgow under the sponsorship of the Royal College of Physicians from 1982 to 1986. This led his admission to the membership of MRCP in both Ireland and the UK in 1987. Following this, he trained as a registrar at Leicester under the supervision of Professor Felix Burden, 1987 to 1989, where he developed interest in diabetes, cultural issues in diabetes care, Ramadan, and diabetic food. He then moved to London for fellowship at St. Mary's Hospital Medical School on the consequences of hypopituitarism, which was the subject of his thesis later on, under the mentorship of Professor Desmond Johnston. And of course, as expected, this resulted in many publications in very high impact journals. Dr. Bishia worked as a consultant in diabetes and endocrinology at Harlow in Essex, UK for 10 years before moving to Sheikh Khalifa Medical City in Abu Dhabi, where he worked for 13 years. And then he moved to Mediclinic Airport Road in Abu Dhabi for 2 years. and now he works at Yas Clinic Khalifa City in Abu Dhabi. In addition, he has been an adjunct professor at Dubai Medical College for Girls since 2018. Professor Bishaya was a founding member and a past president of the Gulf chapter of ACE, and he also served as a treasurer of the Libyan Association of Diabetes and Endocrinology for about 5 or 6 years. As we all know, Salim is very passionate about publishing and writing, and his work on advancing the cause of regional research and publishing always. He was an editor-in-chief for the Ibn Sina Journal for 7-8 years. And recently he was appointed as the editor-in-chief for our journal, the Journal of Diabetes and Endocrine Practice, our official journal. It's really my great pleasure to present Dr. Salim Bishia to have this prestigious award. Dr. Salim.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all colleagues and friends. I'm really deeply touched and immensely honored by the selection to receive the Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award from the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes for this year. I dedicate this award to my parents, my wife, my family, for lifelong inspiration and support. I dedicate it also to my mentors and teachers, past, present, and future, and also to my students and patients. I have actually, over the last 15 years or so, enjoyed working very much with many of you here in this audience and outside this audience in patients' care, education, and research in all capacities. And I'm really proud to be nominated to rank amongst the recipients of this award that has been in the first few years amongst the forefathers of clinical endocrinology in the Gulf. And I'm really proud to be aligned with them, having achieved this in such short time. I'm really very grateful for the nomination and the selection by the association, and I thank you very much.
Congratulations, Professor Salim, well deserved. Alf Mabruk. We move to the third winner of the Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award, and our third winner is Professor Mahmoud Zarai. And again, Professor Mahmoud Zarai, very well-known figure in the diabetes and endocrinology field in the region. I will leave the platform to Dr. Tariq Al-Had to present the award to Professor Mahmoud Zarai. Fadal, Dr. Tariq.
Thank you very much, Nasreen. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes me special pleasure actually to welcome Dr. Mahmoud Zarai as an awardee of this very distinguished service award. And I feel that he has deserved it very well through his unprecedented accomplishment and achievements. Dr. Mahmoud Zarai qualified from Jordanian University Medical School, and then after he obtained the Jordanian Board of Medicine, he moved to Qatar, where actually he was amongst the first actually recipients of the Arab Board degree at the time in 1989. Following that, he moved to US, where he underwent a 2-year residency program, culminated in him getting his Board of Medicine. And then he moved further to Mysore Medical University, where he actually got his fellowship in endocrinology and diabetes in 1996. Mahmoud moved back to Qatar in 1996, in the same year. And from 1997, he was appointed as the head section of endocrinology as part of Department of Medicine. And he has been actually chief of the section since then. And during his tenure, which spanned over 2 decades, Mahmoud has actually contributed a lot. You can imagine from only 3 physicians in the section. Now the section is one of the largest actually in the Gulf region, with over 40 consultants and senior consultants. Not only that, Mahmoud has expanded the service together with others to encompass actually from only one diabetes center in Hamad General Hospital to around 4 diabetes centers between several allied hospitals as part of the Hamad Medical Corporation. Dr. Mahmoud, he actually masterminded and actually was an advocate for training and education for the allied healthcare professional. And in 2002, he started the Diabetes Educators Training Program. And that began with a single actually candidate. And now the number rocketing to 40. He also helped to set up an excellent system for diabetes retinopathy screening. And further, he also established the first podiatric clinic actually in the diabetes center at the Hamad General Hospital, which actually then propagated to be a fully fledged actually podiatry department, now occupying a whole floor in a new building in the new Hamad General Hospital premises. Dr. Zarei has been very active, not only locally, but regionally. He was among the founding fathers of the AAS Gulf chapter, and he served as one of the board of directors for several years. He has been very active in supporting Qatar Diabetes Association, and he has been serving as the head of its scientific committee, planning its meetings and its all educational activities through the years. Mahmoud also has been very proactive in setting up many research projects, and he's quite actually, has an impressive record of over 70 papers in peer-reviewed journals. I had great pleasure actually of working with him, and it takes me special pleasure actually to award this very distinguished service award to Mahmoud. Mahmoud, the floor is yours.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evenings, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, dear Tariq, for this really nice and comprehensive introduction. I am honored and privileged to be nominated by my colleagues in the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes to receive this prestigious award. As my colleague, Dr. Tariq, just mentioned, I worked collaboratively with my colleagues in Qatar and in the region to improve the clinical care and the multidisciplinary team for our patients. It's my pleasure to announce something related to allied health professionals. As you know, the one example of them is diabetes educators. As you know, we don't have really a training program for diabetes educators. Our team worked together in association with College of North Atlantic to establish a training program for diabetes educators. Initially, we made it like a 6 months course, then 1 year diploma. And from this year onward, it will be 2 years master degree in health education. So our colleagues, if are most welcome to send their diabetes educator trainee if they wish to come to join our program. This opportunity is available, and I know in the region we don't have such program. So it's my pleasure to work with my colleagues in Qatar and in the region to establish different societies. One of them was the Gulf Group for Study of Diabetes and the Gulf Association for Endocrinology and Diabetes. I am grateful to my colleagues for this nomination to have this award, and such awards will really encourage our colleagues junior and senior colleagues to provide excellent service for patient care, research, and education. Thank you all for the nomination, and good night.
Thank you, Professor Mahmoud. Alf Mabruk, congratulations, well deserved. Big congratulations again to all our winners of the Ibn Sina Distinguished Service Award. Great achievements, outstanding performance in the region, and we hope to see your continuous performance and achievements in the region. Thank you very much. And now we will move on to the abstract and poster winners. So, and I know that those who submitted their work, they are now eagerly waiting to see the results of the evaluations of the abstract. So just to brief you that we have received about 111 submissions, 22 were rejected and 89 accepted. And out of those, there were 5 oral presentations. I hope for those of you who are attending tonight, you had the chance to attend the oral presentations, fascinating presentations from the researchers given at the beginning of the day today during the Congress. I would like to thank them all for their hard work. And also we had 84 posters, 63 of them were like fully completed posters and presented in the poster exhibition area and room. Hope all of you had the chance to pay a visit and look at these posters and the excellent work by the researchers. And with that, we would like to announce the winners. We'll start announcing the winners of the oral presentations, oral abstract presentations for today. So I would like to congratulate our winners. First place, Dr. Ahmad Berma, for the presentation and the research paper on the prevalence of diabetic peripheral neuropathy in the Arabian Gulf region. Congratulations, Dr. Ahmad. And the second winner, Dr. Georgios Ponirakis, for the paper on risk factors associated with progression of diabetic neuropathy. Congratulations. And the third place for Dr. Walid Kaplan for his paper on short stature assessment and referral in the Gulf region. Congratulations, Dr. Walid. Congratulations for all the winners of the oral abstract presentations. Excellent work. Very grateful to have your papers presented in our Congress. We move on now to the winners of the poster presentations. And we can see there was some competition and some of the papers achieved sort of equal marking. And that's why we can see that repeated ranking. So the first place goes to Dr. Ghada Al-Khatib. Congratulations. This was for the poster on circulating interleukin-17 alpha and IFN and gamma levels in cirrhotic hepatitis C virus infected patients with autoimmune thyroiditis. Well done, Dr. Ghada. And the first place repeated is for Dr. Abdullah Al-Jabiri. Congratulations for his poster on toxic multinodular goiter, epidemiological, clinical, biochemical, and radiological features. And the third place repeated goes to Dr. Salim Bishaya, and another winning prize tonight. Management of thyroid nodules, a survey of perceptions and practices of physicians from the Middle East and Africa. And the third place repeated for Dr. Omar Al-Husni for his poster on hyperprolactinemia, epidemiological, clinical, biochemical, and radiological features. Congratulations for all the winners. Excellent work. Well deserved. Thank you very much for presenting your posters at our annual Congress. and hope and good luck for the rest of the researchers who submitted their work and paper. And we encourage you to submit your research abstracts and other work, hopefully with our next upcoming annual Congress next year, inshallah. And with that, I think I would like to finally thank the abstract reviewers led by the head of the abstract committee, Dr. Khalid Al-Dahmani. And we had our abstract committee from the board, Dr. Bashar Effendi, Dr. Tariq Al-Had, Dr. Wa'am Hussein. And I would like to, Dr. Thamer Al-Isa, and also would like to thank our external reviewers with the abstract committee, Dr. Huda Azzuddin, Dr. Ali Al-Qarni, Dr. Mu'abbar Al-Mahrazi, Dr. Awad Shahrani, Dr. Muhammad Suleiman, and Dr. Muhammad Al-Lamki. Thank you very much for your time and efforts with us. Truly appreciated. Thank you. And with that, I would like to again thank you all for attending this annual Congress for the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes, the voice of endocrinologists in the region. And I hope you had really an informative and fruitful experience over the last 3 days. Thank you very much. As I said earlier, you can get the recording for the talks, the plenaries, and all the tracks on demand will be available 1 week from today, and it's going to be available for a period of a month. But of course, the members will have access all the time, along with the access to the webinars. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you all with us over the past 3 days. I would leave the floor now to Dr. Nasser Al-Juhani, our president-elect, president-to-be for the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes. Dr. Nasser, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Nasreen, for this introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends. My name is Nasser Al-Juhani from Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Really, I am very honored and delighted to deliver the concluding remark in the last day of annual virtual Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes Congress, which was running for the past 3 days. It was really very rich program, and we'll recognize the speaker. First of all, really, I want to thank all the GATE Board of Directors and Advisory Board for their support, trust, and tremendous effort to make this event happen. Now that we come to the end of this Congress, I would like to express my warmest thanks to the Scientific Committee, as well as the Abstract Committee, for their dedications and meticulous work. And also special thanks for pharmaceutical companies for their support. And also don't forget Amber, our event organizer, the special thank for Mr. Rafat for his endless effort. Lastly, I would like to thank all the Congress participants, our eminent speakers, and the chairs for their contribution. Also, those who different committees and those who send abstract. Also, I want to assure you that we will follow the same Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes mission and vision to ensure optimal care and the highest standard of practice for patients with endocrine disease, diabetes, and related metabolic disorders in the Arabian Gulf countries. Before I conclude, really, I want to have 2 small announcements. The first one, the next year annual Congress for the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes will be conducted in October in Saudi Arabia. The second announcement, tomorrow will be the meeting of the General Assembly for the Gulf Association of Endocrinology and Diabetes. Emails will be sent tonight to all active to all active members in the association. Thank you again and goodbye, and see you in the future events.